I'm here today with Hidalgo County Commissioner David Fuentes from Precinct 1. Although we're standing outside a Glazers Beer and Beverage event, which we'll be happy to talk about, Commissioner, I'm also very interested in a project that you've been working on for a long time with regard to drainage, water, delta reclamation, etc. You've got a big event tomorrow.
We do, and let me just thank the Glazier family for investing in Weslaco and more specifically in Hidalgo County Precinct 1. For us, we've taken a lot of pride. This particular area was very vulnerable to flooding. As a matter of fact, back in 2018, some homes across the street, we had over 300 homes that were affected by rainwaters, where they had over 18 inches of rain inside their homes. Since then, we had the 2018 bond issuance. We've invested over $12 million in infrastructure in this area. We continue to build retention facilities. In 2020, when the project still wasn't complete, Hurricane Hannah blew through here and we only had 5 affected homes. So we've made a tremendous amount of improvement in this area, and we're very proud that the Glazier family knew that they had the courage to invest in Weslaco. With all of those improvements that we make, we're very confident that they're going to be very safe here. So thank you to them, and to congratulations to the City of Weslaco. Moving on to the reclamation project, it's another 2018 bond project. It actually started before 2018 because we identified it as a critical part of our main drain expansion. So a lot of times when we can't create linear space, we try to find detention facilities. We buy large tracts of acres and we tie in our drainage systems to those acres so that it'll be like an off-system holding cell for water. Just creates capacity along our main drain system. This is a 225-acre detention facility, which also happens to be a water supply for us. What that is this reclamation project is the first of its kind in the entire United States. Reclaimed water has been used for irrigation purposes in lots of places, but in this particular case, we're using drainage water, which really hasn't been used before. And on top of that, we're actually going to clean it to a state of with a reverse osmosis system, which will technically, where you could drink the water coming out of this water plant that's going to be pulling water off of this drainage system. So for us, it's a water supply project. First of its kind. We've got TCEQ, we've got 4 permits along the main drain where we could put water plants. This is going to be our pilot. This is going to be our first one ever. We just concluded the testing phase. Next month, we believe in about 30 days or so, we're going to be submitting a report to TCEQ with all of the findings that will summarize the testing that we conducted along that retention cell. Once TCEQ gives us the green light, that basically, they give us the testing protocol that has been approved, that we can build a water plant, clean water, and sell it as potable water. Now, the county can't sell to an end user. We don't have a CCN. We would be selling to a water supply corporation, somebody that could provide that water. But it's going to be at a very clean state, and it's going to provide us with up to 5 million gallons a day of water. And as we all know, with the drought situation the way it is right now, anywhere we can find water, it's always a good thing.
So how much is this project costing, and where did you get the money?
So the flood mitigation component came from 2 different bond projects. It came from the 2018 bond and the 2023 bond. We've allocated more than $20 million to the acquisition of land, to the excavation, to start creating the holding cells that would be necessary for it. We're still in the process of finding funding for the water plant itself. We're working with the Texas Water Development Board, with TCEQ, and exploring different ways to try to fund it without really burdening the taxpayers with having to finance a $30 million water plant. So as of right now, what we're doing is we're looking for the funding right now.
And so how big an area within the Mid-Valley does it affect? How many residents does it affect, and what benefits will they see?
Right, so once we get to full capacity in this particular water plant, we would be talking about 5 million gallons a day. I can't tell you the number of households that would affect, but I do know that it's a much needed resource. Right now with what Mexico and U.S. treaty and water allocations and what's ours and what's theirs, the reality is that we're short on water. So these 5 million gallons a day would be able to help support our water plants with all of our water supply companies that would help get water, much needed water. We just had the water plant, the water situation in La Villa closed the sugar mill, and that affected over 400 individuals and their jobs, losing their jobs. So it's already having an economic impact, this lack of water. So anything that we can do to try to support that demand, we're excited to do. Again, it being the first of its kind, this is something that we're very proud of, and we can't wait for tomorrow to really celebrate.
Thank you for that. And going back to Glazers, as you represent the Mid-Valley, you must be so pleased to see this size of economic development project. It speaks to the fact that the Mid-Valley is the area for distribution. As a distribution hub, you put the big warehouses here and they can reach both ends of the valley pretty quickly. This is your part of the valley is where a lot of more investment should take place.
We're the center part of the valley. I mean, we can go either way. In both directions, you can get to pretty much anywhere pretty quickly. We've got an airport here. We've got a heavyweight corridor. We've got an international bridge. Weslaco and Precinct 1 have a lot to offer as far as that kind of ability for business owners to invest and things like that. What people don't know is that, the city of Weslaco and the EDC had a vision, and they really wanted to make this happen. They came to the county and said, how can you help us? So we started exploring all of that, not only with the infrastructure that we put in the surrounding areas, a brand new system on this north side of Mile 9, that $12 million investment in infrastructure. But aside from that, we assisted them with moving some dirt. We gave them some of our surplus dirt from the excavation that was happening to elevate some of this land. We worked with their engineers and shared our drainage plans so that they could design more efficiently and more effectively the system within the footprint that's here in the industrial park. So for us, that collaboration has extended back to 2018 when we went through this flood. We assisted them with evacuation efforts, with water extraction efforts, with trying to get water out, not just of the city of Weslaco neighborhoods, but also the county neighborhoods. So we've been working hand in hand, and I'm so proud to be a partner in all of this with the city of Weslaco to bring business like this and jobs like this, job creation to our area. It's our largest employers are generally the school districts. So to have another employer that's stepping up and providing more opportunity for our area, for the people that live in here, in Weslaco and in the surrounding areas, it's a great opportunity for us.
Last question, any other projects you're working on that you want to tell the viewers and readers about?
So we're going to continue to work on all of our drainage projects. We're continuing the hike and bike trail. We broke ground a couple months ago on a 16-mile expansion of not even expansion, it's a brand new system connecting Weslaco all the way to Precinct 2 in San Juan and really just expanding upon the hike and bike trail systems that exist more along the central and middle western part of Hidalgo County. We're also exploring a site plan for a hike and bike trail between La Villa, Ed Couch, and Elsa up in the Delta area. And then we applied for a grant to connect our Mile 11 City Park to a Mile 10 expansion that we're doing here, a 1.5-mile trail system that would help get them to a bike system that's going to eventually be there on Mile 10. So we're exploring all of those things. We're continuing to expand on our parks. We're looking at creating some smart lighting within our park system so that we can have night softball leagues and baseball leagues at our park. So we're really proud of that.
They're all quality of life issues.
Absolutely. So these are the types of things where people we create a destination for families. When you build a rooftop here in the Central Valley, we want you to be afforded nice restaurants, good schools, a good school district system, commercial and work opportunities. But then when you go home, you want to be able to take your family to parks. You want to be able to go out, walk with your dogs, and do all of those types of things. And we're looking at all of those, exploring all the different ways that we can expand upon that quality of life that you're referring to.
Do you get good feedback from the residents?
Oh, we get a tremendous amount of feedback. I think once the actual hike and bike trail system is open and we start, the greatest thing, whenever you're a business and you look for referrals, you look for word of mouth referrals, people that are happy that they came to your place and they tell somebody, go visit because it's a great thing. We hope that once we start seeing that traffic, that pedestrian traffic on our hike and bike system, when we start seeing people moving into our area, businesses growing all alongside this footprint that's in the industrial park, that's the kind of affirmation that we're looking for, that people are happy that they're here and they're telling their friends and family, come to Weslaco, it's a great place to be.